this little hostel in Pennsylvania. I don't even know what town I'm in, outside of Boiling Springs. But I just came out of the little gazebo where my bed is, and I'm going to the shower, and look what's greeting me. Look. That's so cool. How fun is that? Oh, that guy's gonna wake me up in the morning, isn't he? Just leaving Boiling Springs, which the trail goes right past that lake and right through town. And I'm just looking for the trailhead up here on the left somewhere. And heading to Duncannon. I'd like to get there tomorrow, depending on the weather and my legs. We'll see. And I get to see my old friends, Navigator and Geo, who I met. They were hiking also, and they were at the NOC. And they left the trail early. And about a month later, I got a text message from Navigator saying she knows why she wasn't feeling so well. And she got a baby in her belly. So I get to see her. No wonder they left the trail. So they live near Duncannon, so I'm gonna visit. It'll be very fun to see some old friends from the trail from a couple months ago. Okay. I always find it weird when the trail goes right through town. That's my blaze. It just feels weird to be on a paved road, but on a hiking trail. I don't know. Just want to get back into nature. There's my trail, going right across the street. The wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Look here, he is a wizard of Oz, if ever a wiz there was. If ever, oh ever a wiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because because of the wonderful things he does. I've lost my mind. Pennsylvania, just out of Boiling Springs, come out of the woods. It's pretty cool, just past off this cornfield. Open up to a nice farm. I think it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Definitely different from what I've been seeing in the mountains. So, nice change. And then back in. I've only been out here about a half hour, 40 minutes, and the humidity is crazy. And I think I've just got to give up and accept that I'm going to get really muddy. I don't even know if I'll bother stepping around the mud anymore. I'll just step in it because I keep slipping when I try to step around it, and then I slide and my whole body's going to land in it. I don't know. But now I've got this obstacle. And mosquitoes galore. It looks like this maybe fell last night. So nowhere around it there. I'm gonna, if I get on my hands and knees, I could fit there, but otherwise, I don't know. I'll figure that out. Today's comfortability report. Comfortability, is that a word? Okay, 45 minutes in. It's been raining every day for the last couple weeks. Although it's not raining now. It did rain last night, and it's gonna rain again. I think they said around 11 or so. So everything is just wet, wet, wet. So it's humid and sticky and just moist. Hanging my clothes up to dry at night is pointless because they're just moist from sweat to put back on the next morning. So I'm wet and sticky. The mosquitoes are more like rocket ships. They're like big and they attack. walking through cobwebs. I've had webs and creatures hanging off of my chest and poles and legs for the last 45 minutes. And the mud, I just mentioned, the mud factor, I may as well just succumb and jump in. It's actually not so bad. I'm so grateful to be out here. I'm not complaining, I'm just giving a report. Another cobweb. Man. Disgusting. I'm just grateful to be out here. Because I don't know how long I can stay out here. Just don't know. Stuff going on at home. You know, my family has been so gracious and have sacrificed. I mean, I'm not bringing in an income while I'm out here, and I'm doing this on the lowest budget possible. I have friends who've offered to send me resupply boxes. Gosh darn it. Which will help enormously. But still, you know, I have my husband and my 2 kids, although they're older, 17 and 20. You know, they're still at home, and they're still, you know, life at home. And I just don't know how long I can reasonably stay out here. I'm so far behind because of my foot injury, even though it's healed and feeling great. I lost a lot of time, so looking at looking at the calendar and how could I possibly do all 2,000 miles, you know, so those thoughts are on my mind. But I'm just stewing over that the last couple weeks actually, and I'll get back to you on what I'm thinking there. Yeah. And now it's starting to rain. Why not? We'll just add to the moist experience. Okay, I'm officially grossed out. I'm not a sissy, right? I wouldn't be out here. If I was this dainty little flower, but these cobwebs, I think, are the absolute worst part, other than climbing mountains. I end up with dead bugs hanging from the web that's around my waist pack, and they're stuck into my legs, and I happen to see this one before I walk through it. I'm gonna try to show you. I don't know. It's hanging, let's see. Yep, see it right there? See that? That little, center, a little to the left toward the top. I'm gonna move the camera. That's the spider. The web is all the way around it. I would have walked right through that. So I'm gonna try to break it with my pole. But, nasty! And here's another one. Watch this. Center of the screen. Can you see it? Where is it? There's a spider. See the web? Oh my God. And this is what I'm walking into. Oh, there he is. He's moving around. Yeah, you're going to be dead in a minute, buddy. All right. Who am I to decide that he can't be on Earth anymore just because I don't want him in my face? Oh, well, this is kind of cool. At least it's opening up, because then there would have to be an awful big spider to spin a web from one side to the other. So the trail is actually here. That's kind of cool. Hope it's not electric. That is my blaze. I just go up these stairs. Ooh, they're steep and slippery. Oh yeah, cool. See the spider right smack in the middle of the screen? This is where I have to go through. Like to be able to see over the top of it. Is there a farm over there? Hear the train in the background. I'd like to go on a long train trip sometime. That would be really cool. Cross country or something. Or Europe. The Orient Express. The Siberian thingy. I am sweating so much, but I want to show you. Yay! 500 miles. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more. And I have a little friend. He came to greet me, and he's moving the leaves around. Whew. Humid, sticky. 500. So pretty here in these farmlands. I'm torn about the remainder of my hike. I've been walking fast because I need to get to the next shelter, which is 14 miles from where I started. Should be there by around 2, maybe 3. But then I'd like to be in Duncannon tomorrow in the morning, as the post office closes at noon or 12:30. So I'd like to push past the next shelter. I think there's one maybe 4 miles after that. I'll have to check, but at least a few miles after that. And even if I pitch my tent, if it's raining, that'll stink. But I can just find a stealth spot or a designated camp spot. But I do want to be in Duncannon tomorrow before noon, pick up my resupply box, and then get back to the trail because I don't want to pay for a hostel or motel or anything. No. I've been spending too many days off the trail. The trail in Pennsylvania seems to go through a lot of towns. And it's easy to get sucked in to just taking a day or spending a night at a hostel and then hitting the trail the next morning. I just kind of feel like I'm not in the woods enough. The last couple of weeks, the last week, because there was 1 week we didn't step out at all. So my goal is not to step off the trail, except obviously forced to walk through towns. I'll get my resupply in Duncannon and see Navigator and Geo, maybe spend a few hours with them, get a bite to eat, and then get back on the trail and pitch my tent. After all, that's what I came out here to do, not to spend time in towns. Whew. It's a little bit of a breeze right now, and I'm walking a little slower. So that's what I started to say. Oh God, is the dilemma, I don't know if that's the right word, but I feel like I'm just rushing the clock and not enjoying my time out here so much. I missed so much time because of my foot, and I'm looking at the calendar and they close Baxter State Park, which means I need to get up there before Labor Day, probably in a week or so, like the second week of August. I should be getting up there to Katahdin and then working south. I just don't know if I'm ready to do that, and then I can walk south to this point to cover all these miles and then flip back to Waynesboro, Virginia, just south of the Shenandoahs, and walk back to Hot Springs, which is where I stepped off when I put the cast on my foot. And I just honestly don't know if there's enough time on the calendar to do all that. I do have a family, and the clock's ticking. And by forcing and rushing, not enjoying myself, or I am, but not as much as I could. Like today, I'd like to slow my pace down a little bit. I'm walking a little slower now because I'm holding the camera, but I mean, I've been just booking it just to make the time today. And it's been kind of pretty, and I'd like to linger. So I need to temper my expectations. I mean, would I love to do 2,000 miles? Of course I would. That's what I set out to do. The reality is I'm a slow hiker. I had to take time off to recover. Trail. See, another road crossing. There's lots of those around here. So maybe I just accept half the trail, half a through hike. Maybe I get to 600 or 700 miles. I don't know. I have to get a pulse on my family, see what's going on there. It's just a lot of things to think about. And if I could just slow my pace and walk and think about those things and make the best decision that's best for me, not worry so much about you, my viewers, who are my cheerleaders. I am amazed and in awe that you all even tune in to watch this old lady struggling along. Nice little bridge. I like bridges. I don't know. So these are things that are on my mind, and I need time to think. So I'd like to slow my pace. But today, I have to get to where I need to go. Snack break. All right, some sharp cheddar cheese and a little leftover of a sub roll. I need nourishment and then move on. Dummy. I stepped out of the woods again onto a road. So I checked my phone for Wi-Fi to try to communicate with my friend in Duncan and see about meeting her tomorrow. And then got another text and so forth, you know, because when you don't have Wi-Fi and then you do, all the messages come in. So I just started staring at my phone and walking, and I missed the trail. So now I have to backtrack. I'm not amused with myself. This is what I like. Off the road, out of the cornfield, and back into the woods. Not sure for how long though. This is funny. Well, you could have put this sign up in Georgia on Springer Mountain. Could have warned me way back. Oh, funny. Funny, funny. Crossing yet another footbridge over another highway. I missed my trees.
You do. Yeah. He's never done.